Hey there, Formula 1C family. So this is part two of a little of background information on the Dermaroller. So, uh, uh, 6 weeks ago, I went through some things, multiple things, and it caused me, unfortunately, to have a relapse in pulling my hair. So it all grew back. It all came out. So I used this piece of Dermaroller, and I rolled it over my hair. Yes, it was extremely painful. Someone extremely close to me also used a Dermaroller, and she punctured. I said it. You heard it correctly. She punctured her scalp. She was bleeding. Okay, so I did not apply that much pressure. However, I did feel the pain. And either way, if you apply a lot of pressure or you don't apply a lot of pressure, it's going to hurt either way. So after I used the Dermaroller, I then used Formula 1C on my head or on my scalp, and then hair's going back. Now, I will say, if you puncture your scalp, your hair grows back faster than if you just roll it over, but either way, your hair is going to grow back faster. This is the same bottle that I started with like last week, and I'm using it just like you guys should be using it. So after you roll it on the affected areas, so I will say, if your hair is stagnant, so if you're having a problem with hair growth and it not growing, and it hasn't grown for years, you can use it. You can use Formula 1C. Don't use this because you don't have any bald spots. If you're suffering from traction alopecia, so your edges are thin or non-existent, or you have alopecia areata, which is stress-induced alopecia. That means you have little bald spots, like the size of this quarter, or I have a penny here, the size of this penny. You may have like 2 or 3. You will be able to roll it over, and you can either puncture or not puncture the affected area, and you'll be okay. After you wipe, whether or not you punctured it or didn't puncture it, after you wipe, you're going to use Formula 1C. You're going to use, see, this is a lot. Oops. I already used it yesterday, so I'm not using it today. But you're going to use this much. And if it's just like your sides, you don't need to use that much. You're going to dab just a little, because you don't need to clog your pores or clog your follicles. All you need is just a little dab, and then that's it. You don't have to put a lot on your hair, because it's not the amount that you put in your hair. It's just you just need just a little tiny, just a dab. If I was being extremely frugal with the oil, it would last me longer than a month. I would space it out, and I would count how many times I used it. You don't have to use it every day. You can use it every 3 days. You can use it every other day. So I would suggest, which I'm doing, 12 to 15 times a month. And that 12 to 15 times a month will satisfy the body. So, and you will see a lot of change by the end of the month. I just did my hair when I told you guys I put it up on. So it was the 8th. Today's the 13th. I'm going to keep this in for 3 weeks for convenience, guys. But you see, I don't know. Did I show? I don't know how much I showed it, but it was much fresher a few days ago. I just put some got to be glue, which I always tend to regret, but I put some got to be glue so then I wouldn't be, so then it would just stay as fresh as possible. But yeah, so that is what you're going to do.